Hey, what's going on everybody? I just wanted to make this video so I could answer a few questions that some people have asked me about the TV Online N and the Nova 2 platform. So I just kind of want to clear the air in regards to that and just make a few things clear, as well as talk about how it is that you guys can gain access to the native live channels, or depending on which version of Nova 2 you have, live TV section, so that you guys will be able to watch it directly from the main screen instead of using, let's say, something like the TV Online app in order for you to be able to do that. But before I get into that, I wanted to just do another quick overview of what the TV Online N offers and how it integrates really well with Nova 2. And now for all you guys watching this video right now, if you want to see a full walkthrough of the Avov TV Online N, we have a previous video that we've done where we did a complete walkthrough from start to finish on the TV Online N. It's also an unboxing video, so we show you fully what the unit looks like, as well as give you a quick taste of what the Nova 2 live TV section operates like. So if you guys are interested in watching that video, I've got a link in the description box below, or I might include some kind of annotation or some kind of on-screen prompt for you guys to be able to click directly to that video if you're interested in watching that full video. So the first thing that we're going to go take a look at here is the apps section and the my apps section. Now the difference between the two is that under apps is a series of already pre-installed apps that you could use to install on your box and then use it from there. And then after that, once you install the app, it gets filed under My Apps. So I'm going to open up the apps section here and just go through a few of my favorite ones that I actually really use. The YouTube app, right? That's a key one for me. From time to time, I do use YouTube through the box and not just necessarily through my TV, but I do use the YouTube app. You've got Kodi 17.3 here, which is its stable release. And then another cool app, especially if you have kids, is Toon Goggles. And this app is 100% kid safe. And as far as age demographic, you're probably looking at from like age, the toddler age all the way up to maybe about 12 years old. But it does a really good job of packing some amazing content in there for children that's educational as well as entertaining. We also have the Crackle app that's available on the Avov TV Online N. You've got Netflix. A lot of people were asking about Netflix and saying that the Avov boxes don't carry Netflix, but hey, now we have it on the TV Online N. I think one other box actually had it as well too, and that was the Vixo Fuse, if I'm not mistaken. But now the TV Online N has it, and you're able to use Netflix directly from your set-top box. We got Eros Now, we've got Epix, and we've got Stars. We've also got Pandora and TuneIn. I personally use TuneIn to listen to radio through the box whenever I'm just lounging around and I just want some good music. I use TuneIn. There's also iHeartRadio, so you've got a few options here. For those of you that have a Sling account, you can use Sling through your set-top box, and also Spotify and Deezer. So if you guys are Spotify fans, you could use that. If you're Deezer fans, you could use that as well too. So I mean, there's a fair amount of preloaded apps here already in the app section for you to be able to choose from. And like I said, once you install it from the apps section, it gets filed under the My Apps section. So these are some of the apps that I currently have installed under the My Apps section, the ones that I use the most, and the ones that I actually enjoy with this box are these apps here. So similarly with you, once you install the app that it is that you like, you could access it by going to the My Apps section and loading up your favorite apps from there. So that's a little bit about the difference between apps and My Apps. The next thing really is to take a look at this web TV feature here that you can access from the main screen. Now, I talked earlier about individuals that might be running their IPTV service through Stalker. And what this web TV feature allows you to do is it allows you to access your Stalker live TV platform directly from the main screen. Because prior, people that had the TV Online N, they'd have to go through the TV Online app. And it seems like what they've done is they've upgraded it to the point where you no longer need to go through that route. You could now access any other Stalker-based IPTV service through the web TV section, and it's a relatively simple layout, and I've tested it out before. Adding a brand new server to it is not a big deal. So if you guys want to play around with that, you guys could go ahead and do so. If you have an Avov TV Online N box, you guys can play around with that and see what the kind of results that it is that you get from there. But I'm not going to really get into that. I just wanted to show you guys that that is now accessible through the TV Online N. And if you have a Stalker based live TV service, you could more than use this and get all those same services that you got when you went through TV Online. And of course, the next big one here in the room is live channels. And this is the Nova 2 native live TV section. And I'll go into this just a little bit more a bit later, because there's a couple other areas that I want to show you first. And one of them is video on demand and TV shows. So now the difference between video on demand and TV shows is under TV shows are previous and currently airing shows that you could watch on demand. And under video on demand, or VOD in this case, is actually movies. Prior to it being called VOD, it was called movies. I don't know why they changed it to VOD. Maybe they have plans in the future of like making things a little bit, different when it comes to TV shows and movies and following it under VOD. I'm not entirely sure, but for now, for this current version, it's called VOD. And under VOD, you have got a bunch of movies. So I'm going to show you that right now. So once it loads up, you'll be able to see a list of movies fall under a bunch of different categories. And one of the cool things is that I noticed that they've got a really active search feature where, when I say active, I think you'll get an idea of what it is that I mean. Because sometimes with certain search features, you'll try to search certain names and things like that, and you really wouldn't get the full results of what it is that you're looking for. But I find that this search feature is really intuitive. So let's say that I type in something as simple as the. It'll basically bring up any content, that has the word the in it, or sequence of THE. And I'll show you what I mean when I say that. So let's say that I hit search right now. You'll be able to see all the items that actually has THE in it. All right. So for example, the founder, or the fundamentals, or the good neighbor. So it does a really good job of filing that in that order. Yeah, so aside from just the standard search feature, you're also able to sort your content by time that it was updated, as well as you're also able to sort it alphabetically. And so you could go through each one of these categories and do the exact same thing with it. Search by title or whatever, or search by time that it was uploaded, or you could also search it or have it rearrange itself alphabetically. All right, and then once you do that, you're able to jump in, watch your movie. I'll show you what that looks like right now. Actually, let's say that we want to watch XXX Return of Xander Cage. We're able to do that. So we'll open it up and you'll be able to get this great summary of what the movie is about. If you guys are familiar with the Stalker platform when it comes to movies and things like that, you're not really able to sometimes see the full description. But I noticed here they do a really good job of giving you a good and full summary, and nothing really off the summary is chopped off, so you already get a good idea as to what's available there. So there's just more text real estate for you to be able to see really what the movie's about before you actually jump into it. And then of course you'd hit play and then your movie would start. Under the TV shows section, we've got a few options here. We've got currently airing, which shows TV shows that have that is currently in season, as well as previously aired, which has shows and their seasons in its entirety. So you could watch, for example, How to Get Away with Murder, the entire season 1 through 3. Same thing with Timeless. You could watch the entire season 1. Luther, the entire season 1 through 4. And so that's the difference between the two. Currently airing has TV shows that are still in season, while previously aired has TV shows that might have finished the season, or just a collection of seasons that TV show has already completed. And of course they have the Hindi TV show section that has a list of Hindi TV shows in its entirety, whether it's the full season 1 or season 1 through 2 or so on and so forth. So that's how this section works. And again, we have the sort feature and the search feature. You could search whatever TV show it is that you want. You could sort by time, you could sort by the alphabet, and it'll arrange the content in the way it needs to arrange for that particular setting. So that's a bit of what it looks like when you go into the video on demand section and the TV show section. All right, so the big one that we really wanted to take a look at here is live channels. And there are many individuals that got the TV Online N boxes and were not able to use the live channels or the live TV section. And before I go into that, I just kind of want to explain it. In order for you to truly take advantage of the Nova 2 platform, you will need to get a TVOnline N set-top box in order to have access to that. So if you have any other box like a Mag 250 or a Mag 254, or you have one of the older Avov boxes, or if you have the DreamLink, T1 or whatever it is, or just a regular Android box with an emulator on it, you can't use Nova 2. You don't have those options to use Nova 2. And the reason why I'm stressing Nova 2 so much is because there's a lot of great things that is coming shortly from the guys behind Nova 2. So I'm talking stuff like DVR features, I'm talking stuff like enhanced channel controls, things that aren't currently available on your standard IPTV platform will now soon be available to the Nova 2 platform. And if you are a seller, just the sheer amount of options that it is that you have as a seller to offer your customers it's a massive amount. So that's one of the reasons why I'm just stressing the Nova 2 platform so much, because right now, in my opinion, because we've seen both sides, we've seen both Stalker and Nova 2, and in our opinion, Nova 2 outperforms Stalker in many different ways. But we're not going to really take this video and talk about that. We really want to show you how it is the live TV section works, and at the very end, how it is that you could gain access to it. So if you have one of these TVOnline N boxes, by default, your box is wired for Nova 2. So you automatically are able to connect a Nova 2 content provider or content service to your box. Now for those other individuals out there that have other boxes, sorry, you're going to have to actually buy a TVOnline N to see what it is that I'm showing you right now. The only other exception that I know of is the previous box to this one, which is called the Avov TV Online 4. That's also a 4K box. So with that box, it is not native to Nova 2, but it does have a Nova 2 app on it that you could install. Once you install that app, you're able to open it up and it will have a similar interface to the one that it is that you're currently seeing right now. So if you do have a TVOnline 4, you're able to, for the most part, access Nova 2 through the Nova 2 app on your set-top box. Now, I have heard of instances where for some reason the bridge wasn't compatible, or some people's boxes just wasn't really taking to that compatibility bridge. But for the most part, if you do have a TVOnline 4 and you have the Nova 2 app on your box, you could install it and then use Nova 2 directly through your box. Now, for those individuals who already do have a TVOnline N but are currently using the TVOnline app and connecting to a Stalker platform, I'm going to now show you what it looks like when you load up your TVOnline and live TV section, so you guys could explore the Nova 2 side of things. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is click and enter into the live channels section for Nova 2. And this is what it is that you'll be seeing. One of the cool features, again, it has a search feature at the very top. So instead of you sifting through all these channels, you could just do a quick search and you're able to find whatever channel it is that you're looking for. And with this particular provider, there is a series of content that is available. So we have a lot of the local and North American content, as well as a long list of international content that you have access to. And from what it is that I understand, there's going to be more and more live channels being added, as well as more content being added to the system, so that more people would be able to find what it is that they want through the platform. Now, one of the big differences here that you will notice is that to access your channel, you won't be down scrolling, you'd be side scrolling to get what it is that you're looking for. So for example, I'm into the English sports section, and let's say that I want to watch Fox. So instead of me scrolling down a list to see it, I'll be scrolling left and right to get to Fox. And then from there I can open up the channel and watch my live television. So, and that's the thing with every other category. Yes, you're able to scroll up and down to get to a category, but in order to get to a particular channel, you'll be scrolling left to right. So for example, if I want to, check out Stars, Kids and Family, I'd side scroll to it, click on it, and then it will open up and I'll be good to go from there. So that's just one of the differences when it comes to navigation between Nova 2 and one of the Stalker based platforms. Now, I've heard both sides of the story where people say I really like it because it resembles an Android type feel, and then other people that say that they don't really like it as much, they prefer the up and down scrolling. And then at the very end of the day, it's just a matter of preference of what it is that you really are looking for when it comes to navigation. But at the very end of the day, if we're getting this great content, great picture, and these extra great features, does it really matter whether you're scrolling up or down? What I generally tell individuals is, hey, if you're using these services and you're so concerned, just favorite your channels that you watch the most, and then you'll be able to access them through the favorites section of the Nova 2 Live TV option, right? And again, this is just really what it looks like. Right now, there aren't many providers that have content ready for Nova 2, and if you really are looking for a content provider, you're going to be looking long and hard because there are only a select few. We've been fortunate enough to be connected with individuals who have this kind of content set up. So if it's something that you're interested in, I'll show you and tell you how it is that you'll be able to do that and get access to this Nova 2 stuff in the very end of it. So again, just to kind of go over some of the content that's available, there's a lot of English content that's available here, as well as a lot of international content that is available. Got a lot of South Asian stuff in various different categories. We've got Filipino stuff, African content, we've got a lot of Arabic content, and we've got a bunch of Persian stuff from Italy, stuff from Portugal, stuff in French, stuff in Germany, Bulgaria, Netherlands. It's just a really full list of content that it is that you could watch. Now, I've actually gone through many of these channels, and people are saying, hold on, I see a lot of these channels right now, but how many of them work? Now, the challenge is in some of these countries, because of how their TV and network settings are, while we're awake and up and about, going to work and watching TV, it's actually night and early morning over there. And many times what happens is that their network actually goes to sleep, which means that between a certain time period, you won't get any access to those channels. It doesn't mean that those channels aren't active. It just means that in that side of the world, their network is not active. And maybe once it gets to like 6 a.m. in that country or 8 a.m. in that country, their channels start again. But over here, we're not seeing anything simply because we're living in a completely different time zone. So when their network is off and we're trying to watch it during the day, we got to remember that at the opposite side of the world, they're sleeping and they're not really watching TV. So what happens is that many of the TV networks over there in those international countries, those TV stations actually go to sleep. If you guys remember in the 90s especially, or even now, even some North American channels, after it hits a certain time, then you'll see those color bars, or you'll see it say something like, we'll resume programming at 6 a.m. in the morning, or we'll resume programming at 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's a very similar thing. So if you guys aren't seeing channels active, it's not necessarily all the time meaning that those channels don't work. It just really means that if you're watching an international channel, you got to really be mindful that while we're awake, they're sleeping, and while they're sleeping, we're awake. So the two don't necessarily cross over. All right, so one of the questions that you guys may be asking now is, how can I get myself on a Nova 2 live channels platform so I could watch TV directly from the native live channels or live TV section on my Avov TV Online N? And my answer to you is, go ahead and check the link in the description box below this video, or anywhere around this video, depending on which platform you're watching this on, whether it's YouTube or Vimeo or whatever. Go ahead and check the video description and it will provide you with a link. And again, just to make sure that you guys understand that this platform is not available on any other kind of set-top box aside from currently the Avov TV Online N. And if you're lucky enough to have a compatibility bridge on your Avov TV Online 4, it could be connected through your TV Online 4 set-top box as well too. So if you have a MAG 250 or MAG 254 or whatever, it won't work with the MAG boxes. It won't work with the T1 boxes. It won't work with any of the other Android boxes. It is really only exclusive to Avov, and now currently the TVOnline N, and of course the upcoming TVOnline N2. And like I said, if you already have the TVOnline 4, there should be a compatibility bridge app there where you could connect Nova 2 to your TVOnline 4. And that's pretty much all what it is that I have for you in this video. Thanks for sticking it through. I know a lot of you guys, like I said, were interested in how it is that you get access to some of this content, and I hope this video delivered how it is that you'd be able to do so, and that you guys could really take more advantage of your Avov TVOnline N boxes and really use it to its full potential. There are of course some features that aren't there right now that will be coming out, like I mentioned earlier in this video, but just stick around and you guys will be quite surprised with what is coming up. So again, thank you guys for sticking around and watching this video, and I hope it was helpful to you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.